Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another weekend update. We have survived. I cannot believe it, man. Like, we're now at 16 November. It's just crazy that we are this far along into the year. Where has time gone? In the last couple seconds of the video playing, I was literally reflecting on just the last year, how much has happened. In 4 days, I'm going to celebrate my year at my civilian work, civilian job, the 9 to 5, and just a crazy amount of writing has gotten in. Just so much has happened. So I think that's why my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I like to do a lot of reflection throughout the year, but having Thanksgiving as that super day where that's what it's all about, is everything to be grateful for, thankful for, and spend time with family, the loved ones that you have. So yeah, I love Thanksgiving. Love that time of reflection. And another thing to be thankful for is this Patreon community known as the Dying Breed. Thank you so much to Warrior Bernard, Fighters Maxwell, Foster Q, Guardian Wilkie, Soldiers, Boslo, Little Panda Aiden, Unwired, and of course the Defenders, the first line of defense, Miss LG, Jodan, Aoife, and of course Duck Commander Stephen Landry. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. So what is going on? What's going on with your week? What have you guys been doing? Go ahead and drop some comments in the chat. Let me know. But this week has been a great week. Actually, 2 weeks to cover because I didn't do a live stream last week. So gotten a lot done this month, the month of November, for writing. So far, I am sitting at 33,488 words for the month of November. I'm feeling so good about that because last week, as you guys may recall, I spent a week-long vacation down in Florida with Unwired right there, my good friend Rob, who is also a fellow author. I'm super excited for his story when he drops it. But we spent the whole week just hanging out, doing some writing sessions, some sprints together, mixed in with, walks on the beach and cigars out as we took walks throughout town. It was just a really great time to spend together, get to know one another more, and get some words in. So I was really happy because I was able to get that extra word count in last week. So that, of course, is what has given me a little bit more for the month of November. So 33,488 words written in the month of November. But what does that mean as far as story-wise? Well, Golem Master Book 2 is currently sitting at 167,271 words, the largest book in my portfolio to date. And I was like, okay, like as I was kind of seeing how it was going to go, I was like, okay, 170,000, right? 170,000, that's where it'll be, and then I'll end off. And then, of course, for writers, as you guys know, you just keep going and you just keep going and you just don't stop, right? You're just writing. We are basically I've got about 4.5 chapters left to write for book 2 to be wrapped up. And what's funny is, like, as I am inching ever closer to that finish line for the book, for the manuscript. And the closer I get, the more I'm like, oh, I want to add this detail. Oh, I want to add this. I want to do this. So we're just slowly keep inching that word count along and pushing it back further. But I'm totally okay with that. And I'm just enjoying it. So right now, what's also really cool is Zekler. He is one of the, also known as Derek Atwater. He is one of the readers that has really helped build the community, the Lit RPG community. He started out a long time ago, but he has been a moderator in some of the Facebook groups. He's been very active in social media, and he's also just been one of our Duck Squad members that we've had fun hanging out with through the internet. So Zekler has a character in book 2. And what was really funny was, I said, okay, I want to add Zekler. I want to get him involved and have him become a character. And it's going to be really interesting because I think now his character is going to transition into book 3 as well. Like, so we meet him in book 2. He's going to be there in book 3 as some other new characters fade away for other reasons. But I'm really excited for that because right now, Zekler and Pepper are starting to build this bond together with one another. And that's a part of the details that I want to keep adding to book 2, where I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, they're going to hang out. They're going to do this stuff. They're going to analyze this stuff. And then Pepper will help him out with rune technology and building like some runes that can help him out in the tournament. And like this. So it's been really fun to build this new character relationship and bond between the two. And yeah, so that's where I'm like, okay, I see the finish line. We're almost to the finish line of book 2, but I want to make sure I add these details because I think this would be really cool. And what was really cool about this too was I had this idea called Archaic Light, like a special rune, a special attack that could be utilized. And it's basically just a giant ball, like this mini sun that gets made, and it's just super blinding. And so I think Pepper is going to be like, hey, Zekler, if you use this Archaic Light, you can then maximize your other strengths of your melee combat, and you can do it and do some heavy damage, and other people are not going to be used to that. So, yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, let's dive into this even more. We got the one and only Dave Bushman coming in. Awesome. I know, dude. I'm super excited about it. But also what's cool is I figured out how I'm going to have your combat as like a gladiator. So I'm thinking I'm going to give you a hobgoblin sniper, like basically a hobgoblin from Spider-Man where he's on like this hoverboard, but he's got a fucking sniper rifle and he's just going to be doing like some cool damage stuff. So that's currently what I'm thinking for giving you. And more than likely your Golem League match will be in book 3. So I'm super excited about that. But that's what I have right now. That's the thought that I'm going with for your character. So that is that. So yeah, I'm here for it, right? Dude, I'm super excited. I've just been loving the story, man. And I love getting to add a lot more of people from our community into the story just to make it super special because that's what the book is. It's dedicated to this community, to the people within it, and that's why I love continuing to write in it because I get to spend time with these cool people and the small interactions that we've had from conventions or meetups or just private author chats, whatever, like getting to really build upon that and just have these cool people involved. It's just been super fun. So yeah. What are the new characters? So book one, we've got 47 people in the cast. 37 of those people are all authors. In book two, we've got Jessica Gio, we've got Aaron Michael Ritchie, Nathan Amy, we've got who else is involved? Rob Gagnow, so that's 4. Zeckler, 5. Jay Baraz, 6. Kevin Sinclair, 7. Matt Dinneman, Jeff Hayes, Gary Furlong, Justin from Soundbooth Theater, so that's 11. Who and they all, some of these have very small roles, right? Who else do we have? Ryan DeBrun is still in it in a certain way. Gosh, who else do we have? I think that's about it for right now that I can name off the top of my head. So 12 new characters, new authors, new people from the community. Oh, there's Jamie. I can't believe I didn't even think about it. I just wrote Jamie's combat scene. He is the ultimate Brit. And I really had fun writing his scene. And it is the ever amazing and wonderful Miss Andrea Kozlowski, or as I like to say, Andrea Patton, because that's the one I prefer. But hello, darling. Thanks for coming in. I love you. You are my favorite. So what's really cool, so that's where we're at with book two. Book two, 167,000 words, and that is probably going to end up past 170,000, just knowing me. It might even be closer to 180,000 now. But what was really cool was book one, I did a little bit of a cover change. So I got rid of the flags and I added the main banner across the top. It did the full arc there. But what's really cool is this is a hardcover version. So I have the paperback version and I made a hardcover. I did it through Amazon, the same way that we do our KDP for ebooks and paperbacks. And honestly, you guys, like the quality for the hardcover, it came out great. And I love the fact that it is still a direct to print, just like everything else. So that's what's crazy is book two is about 20. It's going to be probably 20,000 plus words more than what book one came out to be. So I'm loving it. I'm super excited. And for those of you guys who are on Royal Road, you guys can go check out book one right now. We just had chapter, I want to say 35 dropped. Yes. So chapter 35 dropped today. What I am really blessed with is the fact that we have 225 followers for the book right now, 47 favorites. We have a 3.82 rating. However, that rating really should be a 4.15 because, as many of you know, as soon as you put a book on Royal Road, you instantly get that half-star rating from some person, right? It magically shows up on the prologue. I got that rating when there's like 20 some chapters. So I'm like, okay, yeah, clearly this person didn't read it. And we've gotten 1 or 2 2.5 star reviews that really brought us down, or ratings, excuse me, that brought us down. And it's just, it is what it is, right? People don't like the book. They don't think it's their cup of tea. It's not written the way they want it to be written. And so they give you a low rating. But I'm super happy. We're still at a 3.82, which should be a 4.15. But the reason I'm really excited and happy is that we have 225 followers. We have one of the highest conversion rates of any book on Royal Road. And what I mean by that is it's about for every 39 views, we have a follower. We convert from 39 views to a follower. There's not many books that have that type of a conversion rate. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy about that. And hopefully a lot of people are enjoying the story. And what's really cool is, because I am so far ahead in Golem Master Book 2, I'm going to continue to just drop chapters on Book 2 on Royal Road and let that go. I'm just a little sad because I don't have Book 2 isn't professionally edited. Book 1 was. So there is that, there is that comparison to work with, but I'm really blessed that there's about 3 readers who have continued to drop in and leave comments, suggestions, feedback. So with that, I've just been really blessed to have at least those 3 random strangers who have been reading the book. They let me know that they're reading the book and they're giving me those feedbacks. So that's obviously, as an author, as many of you know, that's just super critical. So Book 1 is dropping on Royal Road. For those of you who read on Royal Road, you can go check it out for free. What's really cool also is tomorrow we're dropping 4 chapters on one day. There's a reason for that because of something that happens to Pepper. And I wanted to make sure that I really did not leave too much of a cliffhanger and have people drop off the series. So that is what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of chapters back to back, and I'm super excited for it. And I think a lot of it will all make sense to some of the readers who have been sticking along with the series for a while. Just in the fact of like, hey, all of these things were happening for a reason, and it's all for this. But none of this would have happened if it wasn't for these hardships. And that was kind of one of the lessons I really wanted to hit home with this was just because you have a hardship doesn't, and maybe you made a really bad decision early on in life, doesn't mean that you cannot recover from that. And it doesn't mean that you instantly nosedive into the ground. So, yeah, there's that. That's what's going on. So it's over on Royal Road right now. What else do we have to talk about? So we have to talk about the fact that we have made an audiobook narrator decision. So we'll just go ahead and throw it up on the screen. That way you guys can see it. As you know, the audiobook was being auditioned between 2 narrators, 2 voice actors, Steve Campbell, Daniel Wisniewski. Both of them did an amazing job. I am so blessed to have both of them in the community, both of them willing to submit auditions. The final decision has come down, and we're going with Mr. Daniel Wisniewski to produce the audiobook. There's some other things that are going on that may be a little bit of a surprise for everyone. And I'm really excited for what the future may hold with that. I'm excited to see if we can get these things accomplished. So the other part, full disclosure, is we did approach Podium, the audiobook producer, to see if they would be interested in picking up the series. They were not. They declined. So to a certain point, what I really like about it is it gives Daniel and I a lot of freedom with where we want to go, what we want to do. And I am just very blessed that Daniel has dedicated to the project. And we are going to be going full steam ahead. With that being said, more than likely, we will be recording Book 1 in March to May of next year. That is what we have on Daniel's schedule. And I'm really excited about it. And I'm just ready to go, right? What's really great about that too is by the time Daniel is recording Book 1, Book 2 should already be done. We should also have Book 2 through professional editing. And I should already be working on Book 3. I should have a good chunk of Book 3 written. If I can continue to hit my goals, by the time Daniel is recording Book 1, I should have at least half of Book 3 written. So it'll be really great to have the backlog kind of built for him, and we can get time on his schedule to make sure we get the recordings done. But that is the new news regarding the audiobook. So, Gary's yeah. Dude, Dan is awesome. I have loved all of his work, and I love Steve as well. If you guys know, if you're on the Patreon, you know Steve has a character in Golem Master Book 2. I love his character, and I love what he brings to the community. He's awesome, and so hopefully we'll get to work together in the future on many more projects, because I don't see myself slowing down anytime soon. I just love the skill of writing. Like, this is my hobby, right? This is my passion. This is my second job, my second career. So much time that we dedicate to this craft. So yeah, I'm really excited for the future. As Dave knows, Dave works with Dan on his series, the guy who accidentally started the Apocalypse, which is such a great series and was one of the reasons why I was super excited when Dan approached me to see if I'd be willing to let him audition. So there's that. Okay, so with that being said, hold on. I'm wondering what we'll do that room. If you can use to increase gravity or something, then Mr. Strong Hands is in for a big surprise. Interesting. Okay, so let's get into some thoughts for the week, right? Those are the updates. Tom Cox is actively recording The Dying Breed Book 3, The Dying Breed Enslavement. And even he said, like, it was my favorite book in the series to write for The Dying Breed. And even he said, he was like, dude, I love this book. It's just such a great story. And so he's super excited. I am excited to see what he does to Drebin the Dreadful, because Drebin the Dreadful is amazing. Hey, hail, Mr. Lombardi. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hashtag Duck Squad. What is up, LPA? It is so good to see you. Thanks for coming in, Wolfie. Hope you are having a great start to your weekend. Thanks for coming in. So let's go ahead and get to the thoughts for the week. And I'm really, we just have some great videos here. It was a great, I found a lot of these last week while I was writing. I was like, man, I cannot wait to add these to the stream. So let's go ahead and get started. For you guys, if you remember, I normally let the videos play twice in a row so we could really get the message in, but we're going to go ahead and do this.
There's definitely something about the pursuit of goals being more important than the achievement of them as well. That Ryan Long told me this story where he says, there's 3 men on a ladder, one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. Which one is best to be? He said the one that's still climbing. There's definitely something about the pursuit of goals being more important than the achievement of them as well. That Ryan Long told me this story where he says, there's 3 men on a ladder, one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. Which one is best to be? He said the one that's still climbing.
I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that, because I think we talked about it a little bit at GuildifyCon this last year when I was on a panel with Harmon Cooper, and we said something about the fact that I've written grimdark, I've written dark fantasy, and now here I am writing this teen-friendly slice of life adventure. It's a slice of life paced adventure. It's very slow, but it goes chapter by chapter. And I said something to the effect of, well, I don't really have a lot of readers. And of course, whenever you say that, a lot of other authors are like, dude, don't go down on yourself. Don't say that. And I was like, well, that's true. I don't really have a lot of readers. But the great thing about that is it allows me creative freedom to still write certain stories and find, here's where my readership is. Here's the readers that found me and are like, dude, we want more of this. And with that, it's this ever increasing climb on this ladder of, I haven't achieved what I want to yet, and therefore I am not losing the passion of continuing to go down this road or continuing to climb this ladder. The fact that if there's some level that you want to achieve and you just aren't there, hopefully that passion, that motivation, that desire, that zeal is going to continue to motivate you to keep driving. I don't want to stop this. I have not achieved what I want to achieve. I am not satisfied. I am not content. This hunger of the beast, the animal inside me, is what propels me forward. So yeah, I want to keep being on the middle of that ladder.
To God, and this is one of them.
Imagine you talk to the creator of the universe before birth and pick the person you get to become. You say, I want to be the most courageous. The creator replies and says, well, then I will give you monsters to terrify you so that you can conquer them. Then you say, well, I want to be patient. Well, then I will make you work harder and longer so you can learn to wait. I want to be wise. And the creator replies, then I will give you failures that will crush your spirit so you can learn the value of judgment. You then say, it sounds like a rough life. Can you give me a good life? The creator replies, just like we measure the quality of a blacksmith by the strength of his steel, I measure you by what you are at the end, not the fire and the hammer it took to make you. A good life isn't a life that's easy. A good life is a life that makes you to a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life.
In the best part of God, and this is one of them.
Imagine you talk to the creator of the universe before birth and pick the person you get to become. You say, I want to be the most courageous. The creator replies and says, well, then I will give you monsters to terrify you so that you can conquer them. Then you say, well, I want to be patient. Well, then I will make you work harder and longer so you can learn to wait. I want to be wise. And the creator replies, then I will give you failures that will crush your spirit so you can learn the value of judgment. You then say, it sounds like a rough life. Can you give me a good life? The creator replies, just like we measure the quality of a blacksmith by the strength of his steel, I measure you by what you are at the end, not the fire and the hammer it took to make you. A good life isn't a life that's easy. A good life is a life that makes you to a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life.
In the best part of God, and
I love that, right? I love that to a certain point, because it is one of those things where we look at these things, we look at struggles, we look at issues, we look at situations in such a negative light of like, why is this happening to me? But if we could flip that around to be like, what is this trying to create me into? This trial, tribulation, struggle, whatever, there's an opportunity on the other side of the storm, but it is also trying to push me to become better. That's where I just love that perspective and mentality. Maybe it's the military in me, maybe it's a challenge in me, but it's constantly, whether it's in writing or music or painting, art, whatever, when those challenges come, how are we going to respond to it? How are we going to tap into that inner growth mentality and just say, no, this is going to make me better, or I need this to get to the next level.
Judge yourself by your actions, not by your thoughts. I became significantly less disappointed in myself when I started judging myself only on the actions I took, not the thoughts I had. Judge yourself by your actions, not by your thoughts. I became significantly less disappointed in myself when I started judging myself only on the actions I took, not the thoughts I had.
So with that, I had a conversation with another author yesterday. We were talking about one of their projects, a book that's going to be coming up soon. And of course, they're telling me all about it. I'm super excited. And I'm like, oh, dude, this sounds awesome, man. Okay, I like this. Let's go. Actually, I had conversations with two different authors this weekend. But with this one, I just stopped and I said, hey, how many books have you written? And they said 35. And I said, have you taken a moment to stop and remember and remind yourself how much you've accomplished? The fact that you've written 35 books in your writing career, you've gotten to this point and you've gotten to this level when so many other people would have quit and given up. So many other people would have given up on book 10. You know what? I've written 10 books. I haven't found success. I'm going to give up. The fact that you've written 35 books is such a huge accomplishment alone. I hope you take a moment to reflect and realize how cool that is. I hope you take a moment to reflect and realize how awesome that is, how much you've achieved. In your thoughts, you want to judge yourself so harshly of like, oh, well, this. Judge yourself by your actions. Your actions are saying, hey, today I wrote 400 words. The day before that, I wrote 800 words. The day before that, the month before that, the year before that, look at how far I've come because of all the time I've dedicated in. Your thoughts are always going to want to try to tear you down and discourage you. But when you look at the actions of like, you know what? I am taking one step at a time. I am doing so much more than those around me. Nico Murray coming in 100%. Man, deep conversations this morning. Haven't even had my coffee, right? Yo, I woke up with a headache, caffeine withdrawal. I slammed one energy drink. I am now on number 2. And it's like, come on, let's get this headache, suppress this thing. But yeah, we're working on it. Okay. So I need this one to you guys because there's no audio. But if you weren't ready, you wouldn't have the opportunity. If you weren't capable, you wouldn't have had the desire. So again, if you weren't ready, you wouldn't have had the opportunity. Okay, I'm going to wait until I'm totally ready. I'm going to wait until I've got these things in order. I'm going to wait until I have this. And then the opportunity may have passed you by. So many of us, when we started writing, we have no idea what we're doing. We think we may know, and then we get, 100 pages into the story, and we're like, oh shit, I've got no idea. I wasn't ready, but I never would have had the opportunity if I had waited. So much other things in my life would have come in, interjected, and be like, oh, hey, wait, we need your attention. We need your attention. We need time with you. We need your resources, your assets. We're never ready for that moment. Just like you may never be ready to become a parent. You may never be ready to become a spouse or a supervisor or whatever. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't have had the opportunity. If you weren't capable, you wouldn't have had the desire. The desire to become that thing is what motivates you. I want to write this book, but no, I want to write this story, which is now a series, which is now this. And so now the desire to achieve is what brings me the capabilities. And when I am not ready is when I now have the opportunity to do these things. I just loved that perspective when I found it. And I think that's the thing of we need to constantly tell ourselves, but when we find those people who are like, oh, I wish I could, or I would love to, you already have that. You just need to start. It was my cousin, who I love and adore. Her books are right over there. I was doing the storyboard. I was storyboarding for months. And she finally said, TJ, you have enough, just fucking write. I needed that opportunity. I had the desire, but I needed that little push. And now, 3 years later, 1,134,682 words in my writing career. 10 books, soon to be 11, 12. That's what it's all about. Okay. So there's one final video that I want to play that I just think really captures a lot of this.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. My doubts will destroy my dreams. The more I seem to learn, the more I seem to lose. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. The more I seem to lose, the more I seem to learn. My dreams will destroy my doubts. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
Oh.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. My doubts will destroy my dreams. The more I seem to learn, the more I seem to lose. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. The more I seem to lose, the more I seem to learn. My dreams will destroy my doubts. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
Man, you got to give it to Honda. Like that commercial, fire. So I remember seeing that when I watched my college football games, and gosh, I hope that is such an encouragement to you guys. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep climbing to the top. You won't forget my name, right? So hopefully you guys have found your motivation for this week, heading in to new sunrises, new horizons, new opportunities, and new desires to pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, pursue whatever endeavor you have now set your mind to. So that is all that I have for this weekend update. I'm super grateful, super excited for what the future holds, and I hope you also have a positive future to look on to. I hope you take that first step. And Nico Marie, great messages. Thank you, darling. So thank you again so much to all of you who have come, tuned in, hung out with us. It's only 36 minutes of your Saturday, but you know what? I really love coming here, giving you guys those updates, trying to keep you motivated to keep pursuing your goals. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to everyone who has checked out Golem Master on Royal Road and who are just along this journey right now. So let's see. It looks like next weekend, I don't think there's anything on the schedule that's going to stop me from being here. 9:30 Pacific time. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I love y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes. Call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win. I won't stop till the end, no. Some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory. Bad enough to get a C, they'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13. Working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got some